This is it. This is the gun I recommend every beginner airsofter should get. I recommend this over a G&G combat machine. Now that's a pretty controversial statement for a lot of people, so let's talk about it. So this is the Falcon ASL Kilo. They have a lot of different versions of the ASL. They have the, man, I did not prepare for this. They have like the Echo, they have the Kilo, they have the 45, which is like a smaller sort of stick mag kind of version. But I went with this one. I bought this used, obviously, because if you have watched this channel, I buy everything used. Now everything on this gun is really, really similar to a G&G combat machine. Pretty much everything on the exterior is made of polymer. You have version 2 metal gearbox, you've got adjustable hop-up. So why do I say that this is better than a G&G combat machine? To answer that question, I think we need to bring you down to the range. Okay, we are down to the range and we're going to be comparing 5 different categories from this to the G&G combat machine to see which one is best. First up, accuracy. Okay, so the main reason I think that this is better than a G&G combat machine is I think it shoots better. I think it just shoots a little bit straighter at distance than a G&G combat machine. I think a G&G combat machine is fine up to about 75 feet, but then past that, it does tend to curve a lot to the left. I've owned 2 of them, and that's just been my experience. This, on the other hand, shoots really straight up to about 125 feet, and then anything past that, it just goes really slow, so it's really hard to hit moving targets at anything past 100 feet, really. But that kind of goes for all airsoft guns because they just don't have that much velocity. Okay, category number 2 is build quality. Now both the Falcon ASL and the G&G combat machine are going to have polymer exteriors and version 2 metal gearboxes on the inside. This has a 6.05mm inner barrel, but the G&G combat machine has a 6.03mm inner barrel. Does it make any difference? No, not really. You might get a little bit more speed out of a 6.03mm inner barrel just because you're going to have slightly less air escaping, but pretty much zero difference there. Something that I do like on this better than the G&G combat machine is that you do have fully ambidextrous controls. Both the fire selector switch and the magazine release are going to be fully ambidextrous. Another thing that I like better about the Falcon ASL is the sights. You do have your flip-up sights, just like you would on a G&G combat machine, but it also comes with a fiber optic front and rear sight. The problem with this is that they are so low down on the rail that you will need risers if you're playing with a mask, because otherwise you just won't be able to line them up properly. It's really minor things, but I do give the slight edge to the Falcon ASL just because of the ambidextrous controls and the option to have fiber optic sights. Obviously, you could switch out your sights on a G&G combat machine, but just having it stock is just, thank you. I love fiber optics. I just wish that they were a little bit higher. Reliability is going to be pretty controversial because a lot of people have had issues with their Falcon ASLs. I also know some people have had issues with their G&G combat machines. Me personally, both of mine have broken. I did own them for a long time before they broke, but they did eventually break, so they're not bulletproof either. I have not had this as long as my G&G combat machines. Obviously, I just acquired this very recently, so I have not been able to put a ton of BBs through this. We probably shot about 3,000 BBs through this, and we haven't had any issues. I did buy this used, but you know, that's kind of to be expected for an AEG. If it can't last 3,000 BBs, then that's not good. So lasting 3,000 BBs, not a big achievement by any means. Both of the G&G combat machines that I've used broke way after 3,000 BBs, so I'm going to give this one a draw. Category number 4 is aftermarket support. Is this better than a G&G combat machine for aftermarket support? No. There are just so many parts for that specific gun. While yes, you do have a lot for the Falcon ASL, it's just not going to be as much as the G&G combat machine. Okay, finally, category number 5 is general feel of the gun. I give this to none of them. Again, they're so similar, guys. All of these entry-level AEGs are going to shoot really, really similarly, whether it's a Lancer Tactical, a G&G combat machine, a Falcon ASL. They're all running the same exact batteries. They've got pretty much the same gearboxes, so the feel of it's going to be very similar. It just comes down to those little things that puts one ahead of the other. They're all going to shoot around 16, 17 rounds per second with 9.6 volt batteries. You could run a 7.4 volt LiPo if you wanted, and that might be a little bit quicker. I would not run an 11.1 volt LiPo because you will probably fry some connectors, fry your motor. It's going to be a bad day if you decide to use an 11.1 volt LiPo, but if you want to just have a couple shots that have really good trigger response, then... So anyways, those are my thoughts on the Falcon ASL, why I like it better than the G&G combat machine. Thanks for watching. I hope that helped you out. If you do end up getting this, then go ahead and comment down below. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear what you think about it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. I love high cap mags so much.